Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, it takes a village. When it comes to recovery and recovery operations and the personal trials and tribulations that people go through during recovery, it really does take a village. It takes a community to lock arms, understand that none of these issues are just one-person issues, that these are issues that affect people of all ages, all backgrounds, all races, all colors. And I met my guest months ago. Ashley Livingston is who this person is, and she's involved with she's co-chair of a recovery organization called Friends of Recovery in Warren and Washington County, and is living proof of what I just said. So first, welcome back, Ash.
Thank
Very
you.
nice to have you here. Last time we were talking, you spoke a lot about the organization, and I remember asking you how you got involved and why you got involved. And your own personal story, of course, is very compelling. Without going into some of the details, and trust me, the details in these stories would shake your tree, is why'd you get involved in this?
So I myself am a young person in sustained recovery, and for me that means that I haven't used any mood or mind altering substances in 4+ years. And so I started off with prescription pain pills, as I stated before, like bad relationship decisions and some domestic violence and stuff, which eventually led to me doing heroin when I couldn't get the prescription pills. And then I overdosed on my pain medication, and I was put on felony treatment court in Washington County, and that helped to save my life. My case manager had me do some domestic violence counseling, which I would have never probably sought on my own because I didn't think I really had a problem. I also did intensive inpatient for 3 months up at St. Joe's, and that was absolutely amazing. I was able to leave a lot of garbage, up in the mountains where they sent me. And then I went to, the Women's Halfway House in Granville, so the Father Young. And that helped too.
As you got on the other side of this, no easy achievement, by the way. She rattles it off like, okay, it's another day at the office. But I got news for you. Every single thing that you just mentioned takes an unbelievable inner strength. Now, you're on the other side of it, and you decided, you want to know something? If I can do it,
anyone can do it.
Got it.
And there's hope.
Yeah.
Never, I remember feeling hopeless, and so this is kind of like a saying, and it's instead of a hopeless dope fiend, now I'm a dopeless hope fiend.
Yeah, right.
And, there is help out there, and there's people that want to take your hand. There were people that took my hand when I needed a hand up, so now I try to be that hand. And we have to start by doing that within our communities, because the stigma that is sadly still associated with the disease of addiction is, a huge barrier for individuals to ask for help, as well as even family members to come out and maybe share their loss or they're struggling. And there's family groups. There's groups for individuals that are struggling. There's even groups for individuals that have lost their loved ones to this disease, which unfortunately occurs a lot often, and we continue to increase by 15-16% every year as well, death tolls.
Well, you know what? I'm sure you've heard this not only from watching this program, but other programs as well, is that it's an epidemic. The stigma part is something that really just stays with me, because the first thing is denial, right? First thing is involvement, but the first steps you go through is just denying that it's happening. Somebody who lives in a beautiful neighborhood like this couldn't possibly be addicted, right? Oh, no, that's only those people, whoever those people are. And before you know it, there's all of these challenges facing families and individuals because they don't know what to do and they don't want to come out. They don't want to state the problem. So your organization, Friends of Recovery, is really saying to people, hey, wake up. Come on. We got it. You got to face this thing. It's real. And there is something you can do about it. And unfortunately, because you're in it, you're going to have to get out of it. Right?
Basically. I mean, like our mission is to assist and empower individuals as well as their families that are in recovery, and to educate. Like that's our target, is to educate our communities on, you know, what addiction is, the disease that it is, and what recovery is. Because there is even some people that believe, you know, that those people fall off the wagon.
Yeah, right. Sure.
And that's not always the case. And there's 23.5 million Americans that are living in sustained recovery, which means that they don't do any mood or mind altering substances, you know? So we try to educate them and on ways that they can get involved. We try to engage our community as much as possible. Like I was telling you, Thursday we had a really amazing turnout on August 31st for National Overdose Awareness. And there were some families that shared their stories for the first time publicly, and that's healing. And we had just community members that were kind of like, hey, what are you guys doing? And they stayed. And so, you know, we have to raise awareness, and then we need to educate and help people to kind of like do their niche, you know what I mean? Because maybe somebody can't volunteer time. Well, you can, you know, donate if you
Maybe you could write a check. You know, there's an event coming up. I started this by saying it takes a village. Because in Hudson Falls on September 9, that's Saturday, from 10 to 2, there's an Adirondack Walk for Recovery. It's the second annual one, by the way. And a lot of bonding in the community happens when these events happen. You know, I was saying to Ashley beforehand, I've been to some of these walks, I've been to some of these candlelight vigils and things like that, and you see people, and you realize that together you're much stronger than any individual, and people start to compare notes, they start to compare stories, and before you know it, the community is helping people on the road to recovery. So you're welcome to come back anytime. You're so impressive to talk to, and obviously you're very passionate, you're also very strong, Ashley. Okay, this is what we want you to do. The Adirondack Walk for Recovery, September 9, that's Saturday, 10 to 2, over in Hudson Falls. Just get over to Hudson Falls, you'll see it. And there's no cost or anything like that, but be there, show your part. If you can write a check, then that helps the organization. You can volunteer time, that helps the organization, but do what you can, because it takes the community. Wear purple. Okay.
And it's at the new Recovery Community Outreach Center for Warren and Washington County.
Yes, you got it. Ashley, you're amazing. Well, very nice to see you again, and thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.
Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.